morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a special pop-up video on the topic of drones. We received hundreds of calls and requests and questions on the comment board, all about the U.S. drone activity and even worldwide activity. And I felt this was a really good time just to give a quick pop-up video, almost to kind of the who, what, why, when, where, how, kind of put it all into one pop-up video that I thought would be helpful, kind of getting our arms around everything. This has been going on for years, by the way. I know that the US is kind of only observing it recently, but a lot of the drone activity and the surveillance activity. So I'll kind of talk about in this video. We drafted something like, I'm looking here, my wife grabbed 16 questions kind of from the community board and across some shows just to kind of put this all together into one show. So let me go through each of those questions with you, and I'm pretty confident that they're going to answer a lot of the questions kind of everybody's asking. So question number one, are the drones looking for anything in 45's golf course or Ivanka's grave? No, not at all. That's not the subject of the surveillance that's going on. Number two, are the US and Canada a subject of offshore threats currently? Yes, by Russia. So there's some saber rattling going on and some threats that are going on from Russia, and the intelligence community, in fact, worldwide, is aware of it. But yes, there are some bona fide threats coming from Russia, and we'll work through all these questions here. Number three, what are the drones looking for? They're actually looking for nuclear artifacts, okay? But not necessarily the payload or the shipment that was lost. This has to do with some other ongoing threats going on. So they are looking for, we'll call it nuclear artifacts, as well as election interference tie-ins around data centers, satellite communication, wireless nodes, wireless cellular service nodes. There's some things going on here related to surveillance, okay? Number four, where should the US government be looking for the missing nuclear cargo? My team's saying it's around New York. It may be upstate New York, but I think there's some sort of a pathway going down to a much more populated area. Now, I do believe the cargo is going to be located very, very soon, but I'm not getting or receiving from my team that it's actually coming, that's actually still in New Jersey. Five, are extraterrestrials involved in the drone technology? No, not at all. Not directly, but indirectly. Because I get there's four actually Palladian motherships that are cloaked very high up in the atmosphere, helping to coordinate information flow that's coming from a variety of countries. So, it's interesting to note that in extraterrestrial technology, these ships are cloaked and you're not going to see them, okay? Six, will there be any distractions that take place based on some sort of a nuclear event? No, I don't see this as happening. I do see that we've got a lot of surveillance going on, a lot of monitoring, but I don't see a particular, let's say, nuclear event that's going to cause that problem. Seven, who is behind the drone activity worldwide? Well, in the US, it is the US military surveillance operation in conjunction with intelligence agencies. The CIA is involved. Worldwide, it's our government coordinating with other equivalents of the CIA worldwide. So a lot of monitoring, a lot of surveillance, a lot of sharing of data against what are some perceived threats coming from very unfriendly offshore countries, okay? Eight, will there be any repercussions for countries like Russia? Yes, I see that actually NATO again here is coordinating very, very closely. Actually, they're now bolstering the weapons capabilities in Ukraine and also bolstering capabilities for a lot of NATO countries. So this is a big coordinated effort here, which is very important to understand. Okay, so kind of the threats are being kept at bay and under control. Nine, does 45 know what the drones are looking for? No, I don't get that the US intelligence community has shared this information with 45. I do see that there have been requests, but they're not sharing exactly what's going on, mainly because some of what's happening here is research into the offshore interference with the election cycle that we just went through. 10, is 45 concerned or worried about the drone surveillance? Well, he is in some part because he realizes that there is surveillance going on around data center activities, satellite communications, and so that is a concern. So it actually does create a worry. It actually does. Number 11, are there other attacks planned around the world by Russia? Well, Russia is being very aggressive at this time, and I do see them holding high some threats, actually, some threats regarding various areas in Europe. I would tell areas like well, all the NATO countries and like Poland to be on very high alert. Don't see major advances occurring, but all countries, especially all the NATO countries, they need to be under high alert here, okay? 12. When will the drones find what they are looking for? I get they already have found what they're looking for, and they're entering a monitoring phase, moving out of what's called the discovery phase. So now, kind of moving to monitoring, and they know what they're looking for. They've identified it. Now they're entering a monitoring phase, it's called. 13, is 45 involved in the missing nuclear payload? No, I don't see direct involvement there whatsoever. I do see a number of offshore radicalized groups. They're problematic in this area and actually trying to get engaged. I do see that the enforcement agencies are going to uncover the missing shipment very, very soon here. So I don't want anybody to completely worry, but they're actually gonna get it. Is NATO working behind the scenes to circumvent any threats related to drone discoveries? Yes, here again, coordinated efforts are in place, and they're all working very, very closely with the Biden administration. And 16, is there anything viewers can do to help with the current situation? Yes, don't panic and know that all this information is being shared worldwide. There's a strategy, there's surveillance in place, but all this information I do see will be released to the public very soon. So I want to go through all this. I hope this was helpful. Again, trying to get on top of the hundreds of questions that we're receiving about this drone situation and what's happening with the missing shipment in New Jersey and what's going on with election interference. But all this is somewhat related. And again, no direct extraterrestrial involvement with the drones, but certainly with the sharing of information with these cloaked extraterrestrial ships high up in the atmosphere. So I hope that was helpful. If anyone needs to reach me, by the way, on a side note, go to sterlingpsychicmedium.com. Look for the book a session tab. It's very easy. I think there's April, May, and June dates available. And if you'd like to participate in our live streams on Friday mornings, 10 o'clock Pacific time zone, you can actually join our Platinum membership. The join button's on the front page of the website, sterlingpsychicmedium.com, as well as the YouTube channel, Sterling Psychic Medium. So, on that note, I'll look forward to communicating with all of our Platinum members on Friday of this week. I will be recording a show that'll be posted on Sunday of this week. And that note, can wish you a lot of love, a lot of goodwill, and tremendous, wonderful enlightenment, if you will, going forward here with everything the world's going through. Take care.